one of the most significant article of your one of the paper in semester one, MA English, Delhi University. That is, this is the post-independence literature, and in this you have one article, one book specially prescribed for your syllabus. That is Politics of Government by Partha Chaterjee. In that you have one chapter, chapter number 3, page number 53 to 78. So we are going to study the politics of government, and this is what Partha Chatterjee. See, I have taken this whole article, that page separate, and I have copied it, and out of this I have made notes out of this. So what we will do, because there are 50 through to 78 pages, and what we have made it in a table form, the notes which we have made it in a table form. So this is the basic article which I'm not going to read out. I'll just read out the main points which are there. So you can actually understand what are the main points of that, the main context of the, or you can understand it as a summary also. So this is basically a summary of the whole article which I'm going to read out. And when I'm reading this table, I will pause for a while so you can take screenshot and you can actually read it again later on. So let's start. And it is quite long. So maybe either we would be able to post it in a one video, or maybe it is going to take two videos. So now, in this article, in this chapter, basically the chapter number 3 from Politics of Government by Partha Chatterjee, Govindpur Rail Colony, the funding of political society. So the in this, I mean when the chapter start, I let me take you on a. This is what when you just when you see the chapter start, uh, let me take you to the quick tour of political. So it is what is happening here in the Kolkata. Uh, I mean, this is he's talking about the Kolkata and how there is a Govindpur rail colony, and how this rail colony, because it's in the on the track of the railway, and how this colony has come in a form, and how the rise of this colony. So there you see, if they see the location of this places, here you will see location, then how origin and early organization. So location is southern Calcutta along a railway track beneath a flyover, a stark contrast between the high-rise modernity and a line of shanties occupied by squatters for over 50 years. See, these lines are exactly from the text. So even if when you are reading the text, you will realize this is what same we are doing. And then this is significance is the representation of the population existing on the margins of the of legality within the urban center. Let me just read out and then I explain. Then origin in 1940s, it is starting 1914, and who are the people? It began with the peasants who lost land in 1943 famine South Bengal and grew rapidly with the refugee from the partition of India. So there are two kind of populations there. One, those who have come from Pakistan as a refugee, and those who are in 1943 people from South Bengal who faced famine. Then this is mass migration. Refugee influx was over three times the city's original population. They settled illegally in public large, but with the tacit government ac- acquaintance named colonies. So actually, in this place, this nearby railway in Kolkata, their massive population came as a migration, and the people came, and this population was three times more than the city. For example, if I say 100 people are residing, then there are 300 people has already come from outside. So in this that is also one of the reason overpopulation and early organization, that is organized like a frontier settlement by 4 to 5 men who divide plot, help build sheds and charge rent from new settlers. Establish the initial structure of local authority over landless. Actually, what happened when these people were migrating, uh, uh, from South Bengal, who were affected of famine, and those who are coming from the partition of the India. So they came and settled here. Out of this settlement in 1943, there are few people, they emerge as a landowner. I mean, they are working as a landlords of this area. Basically, this area is the land of the railway, and these when this settlement started, out of this few two men they emerged as a land owner, and this is Adhir Mandal and Haren Mana, and these both the people were working with the Communist Party leaders. So they are, they made links with the Communist Party and detailed with the government agencies, police, railway, and on behalf of the colony. So this Adhir Mandal and Haren Mana, they are uh, associated with the police, railway, and on even behalf of the Communist Party. And then they are operating here. They have become landlords. They are occupying the land here. They are even actually cutting the plots and selling it to people. And till 1970s, these they are charging rent of those who are coming, new settlers here. And how this Communist Party's rule is here. Party leaders later labeled Adir as the local vested interest who were bullies and engaged in a party graft and extortion despite their association with the party. So ultimately, this Adhir Mandal, he started because he became as a local goon, and he is charging money, he is charging rent, and he is playing a key role in the political party also. Then illustrated the complex, often corrupt relationship between formal political parties and uh, local informal power. So here you see the party is also having interest because somewhere the population who has come three times more than a city residents is being controlled and directed and diverted to the party by these Adhir Mandal and Haren Mana. So these were the local goons, but they are working with the railway police, railway authority, police, and on behalf of the colony and even with the Communist Party. So they are having their say in the Communist Party, railway authorities, police authorities, and in this way they are operating here. Now you see, again these points are here. I'm just pausing for a time. So you just have a screenshot. It's actually same. So if I just focus again here, we will be late for the earlier. So I'm just pausing here. You just have a screenshot and then you can write down. So this is how these points are there. Same part, same thing, Adhir Mandal, and they are working as a goons, and they are actually, it's a kind of local self-interest. The party is also fine because they are able to manage the refugees and they are able to divert these refugees to the party line. So, but these local gundas are behaving like bullies. So this is how till the time this all event is happening. Now table 2. Here you will find, again we'll say what is the theme, what is this, and then how is the detail and what is the significance of the detail. So eviction, resistance, and the tension in leadership. Party local leader dynamic. Communist Party overlooked corruption, Haren Mana, and stole funds because it was difficult to replace leader who drive an initiative. Because actually later on, Haren Mana has started even manipulating party fund also. The money he was extorting from the public, local public, that is the area located nearby railway, and the money he is getting from the local area. And apart from that, he is, because he has been given role to play here in this locality. So the fund he is taking in the name of party, he was even doing some kind of corruption in that also, graft also. But still party overlooked because they did not have any other person to replace him. So that's why this is going on. The relationship was a mutual arrangement of convenience, not ideological. Local mobilization fit the post-colonial pattern of patron-client relationship and vote bank. So basically, parties interested because they are getting vote bank here in the railway colony, and the Heren Mene is able to manage because he is irreplaceable. And in this way, this is a mutual arrangement of convenience. Now, in 1965, there are number of time, actually there are number of time eviction attempts are happening, but nothing happened. So railway tried to build a wall, residents form a human wall with the woman in front and block and to block the material. So what happened in 1965, railway decided to make a wall, to protect the property of the railway. But these residents, the colony and the refugees, they made a human wall. In human wall, the women were in front, and they did not allow the railway authorities to bring the material for the construction of the wall. So in this way, it was successful and physical collective resistance to the administrative authorities. So finally, the colony won, the colony people won, and they did not allow railway to build a wall. In 1975, eviction threat again. So, number of times these eviction threats are coming. For example, 65, they tried to bring a wall here. 1975, again, they are trying to protect the railway colony, because the settlements are too nearby, and the authorities are trying to bulldoze those, but it was not successful. And then in the early 90s also, then in 1983. So in this way, if you see, nearby settlements were raised by the bulldozers. Residents mobilized a pro-Soviet communist MLA, then allied with the Congress to intercede with the chief minister. So in this way, this second time they, aligned with this local political party leader, and then Congress chief minister, and finally they got their work done. So I mean, in number of attempts happened. In railway attempts to put an offence, residents organized against, then confirm the settlement's capacity of collective action in the face of threat. So in this way, then after this, now we have a new leader, that is Anadi Bera. This Anadi Bera was actually interested in the theater, and he is trying to he's running a primary school, and with apart from that, he's interested in this Jatra theater, and that's why he's socializing people, and uh, he's also playing the same role where he's trying to protect the rights of railway colony. So that is how we see. And if you just want to, again, you just see the same points are there. Continuation of the Govindpur rail colony narrative, then tolerance of corruption, because here in Mana, and this the people who are doing corruption, but still party is able to tolerate them. But just the reason is only vote bank, because these people are uh, soft for the left parties, and they are voting, they are giving vote to the left party. So in this way, how this, resistance, number of time resistance of eviction is there, and number of time these attempts were being subdued. So emergence of new leader. Now we see another Anadi Vera is coming as a new leader. He's a master, and he is running a primary school, and he is interested in the theater artist, and he is performing Jatra performances. So this we find here. Now the next these three four paragraphs are sum up in this way. Now the new leader action. Anadi Bera organized the 1983 resistance. In 1986, he founded a Jatra Kalyan Samiti, People's Welfare Association, to start a medical center library. Start a medical center library, center and library. So now this Anadi Bera is trying to again make people unite, and is educating them on the basis of this uh, theater activities, and the two development are happening right now. The medical center is being opened, and this library. So formalized political instrument, the association served as a collective form to approach official political leaders, police, and middle class residents for funding and involvement. See, wherever these colonies are there, it take actually long time. Right now, the history which we are studying, it is more than 43 years, 50 years history. So things are not happening in one day, but from the beginning you will find that political parties, local authorities, police administration, everybody is helping them. Otherwise, how it would be possible that they have a water connection, electricity connection, voter ID, and their children are getting into school. They are being, so it is actually, it's a complete system. It is not somebody single-handedly somebody has come. And here in this situation, if you see those those two local goons, and in the beginning, they actually uh, had every access to the party and the uh, state authorities, maybe police, local. So it is not this Adhir Mandal and Haren Mana. So they had complete access with the party, and they had complete access with the local authorities also, police, chief minister, everything. So things are not coming single within one day. It is a long process. So that is how we have to understand how this. So suddenly somebody says that this illegal immigration has come, and illegal migration is there, and it's not a one day matter. It's a whole actual decades of events are being allowed. So here number of eviction attempts are happening, but what happened? Nothing. No eviction is done. Now we come to next this. So Anadi Bera is trying to make it as a school, library, and medical center. Formalized political instrument. The association served as a collection form to approach official political leaders, police, and middle class residents of the for funding and involvement. Now Bera facilitated the opening of an integrated child development scheme, ICDS, and this integrated child development scheme is actually helping a lot. Identified as a target group, the residents successfully organized to be identified as a distinct population group and eligible for government welfare scheme and health benefits. So through this ICDS, people are able to get uh, their legal help from the government. Now, paralegal civic services. Here, initial suspected of the legal electricity tapping, and eventually the association negotiated with paralegal arrangement. See, this is the same, exactly same translation or same short notes from the text itself. So read it carefully, and this is going to help you a lot. Now, this is success through the collective negotiation. By the late 1980s, they obtained legal electricity by the six community meter. By 1996, gained individual electric connection uh, along with municipal water and public toilet to an all illegal occupied. So that's why now this illegal settlement is moving towards the legal settlement. Now the crucial political move. The squatters sought and achieved recognized as a popular group and empirical category used by the government. So this is how an empirical category. This is the now the governmentality is being given. Investing in moral content, the equal crucial step was given the empirical group the moral attributes of a community and a process necessary for the politics of the governed. Now, lack of pre-given community. The colony lacked a pre-given communal form with residents coming from the different regions, southern Bengal and formal East Pakistan, that is Bangladesh. Community community forced this highlight that their emerging moral solidarity would be built from scratches through the collective struggle and the new association. So here later on, there is one reference which is very prominent. That is like uh, this Anadi Vera is also referring it as a one family, and those people who are residing here, uh, because I mean, their interests are collective. They are residing at one place. Their interests are collective. They celebrate festivals. They every single day they interact with each other. So there is a strong communication and strong bond developed among them. And because their interest is same, they have to stay there. This is their residence, and it's a livelihood. Their children, their school, their earnings. So in this way, their idea of staying together is collective, And in this way, the government is also not taking any step of demolishing this and all. Even this, for example, this ICDS scheme is there, which is being supported by the government very well. And health and all other livelihood, income, consumption, everything, facilities are being given them. So that is how, I mean, when I'm stopping this notes, please have a screenshot and read it later on, because this is the same thing which we are talking about. If I read it again, it will be repetition. So, for example, the new politics of welfare was recognized in 1983 to 1996. Anadi Bera, the and the People's Welfare Association. 1983, Anadi Bera became the chief organizer of the residents resistance against the railway attempt to fence the settlement. 1986, Jan Kalyan Samiti Bera established a new residents association with the People's Welfare Association, that is Jan Kalyan Samiti. The objective were to start a medical center and a library. And networking, the association regularly approached local municipal officials, political party leaders, police officers, and middle class residents for the funding and involvement. Accessing government programs, that is ICDS. At Bera initiative, the ICDS, a major government health and literary program of urban slum, opened a child care unit with association of the office. So it's a government, and why it's a government? Government means those people are elected by the public. So those local municipal leader, municipal party leader, those who are the elected member of the legislative assembly or parliamentarians, even chief minister, they have all same interest that they have a vote bank there. So in this way, it's a kind of mutual, collective effort is going on. You serve our purpose and we are serving your purpose. So these are the how this I mean, this, but there is a achievement in this right now. So they have a library, medical center, and the welfare association is also there. Now, this is, please read down and note it down. These are the short notes which will help you a lot. Okay. So, the politics of governed moral identity, recognition as a popular group, the crucial political move was the squatter seeking and finding recognition as a population group, a usable empirical category and government used to target policy, investing collective identity with moral content. The equal crucial part of the politics of the government is the necessity of giving the empirical form a population group and moral attributes of a community. Lack of pre-given unity. The rail colony had no pre-given communal form as residents come from diverse background, South Bengal, formal East, that is Bangladesh. So this is how the refugees have come. They have settled down. It's time going on. They are getting facilities, and this is how the settlement is taking place. Now, forging community and identity in the rail colony. So this is how the social consumption, collective identity, basis of claim, and economic livelihood. These are the points, and let's understand what is that. The mix of the middle class, middle and low caste, 56% scheduled caste. Uh, the caste combination, if you see, 56% is scheduled caste, 4% is scheduled tribe, and other Hindu caste resident from the South Bengal and former East Pakistan. The community built from the scratch. Despite diverse origins and the caste, the community was not defined by the prior biological or cultural identity. Now the collective, because they have come from a different background, and in this way they are collectively making. But the population is majority population is from the scheduled caste. Okay. Now the leaders use metaphor of the family and the shared since we are all single family rather than a shared interest. So this is how consistently this thing is being given. Now moral content. This narrative invest the empirical population group with the moral attributes of a community, a crucial part of the politics of the governed. Now basic basis of claim is the family identify its defined by the collective occupation of a piece of land, a territory under the ever present threat of eviction, living in the face of the tiger. So every time they have this fear of eviction, and that's how the word is uses living in the face of the tiger. Every time they have this terror of eviction. So territorial limit, the family is restricted, defined by the colony's territorial limit, which dictate membership, contribute to the festivities and eligibility for the job. Economic livelihood, men mostly temporary laborers in the construction business, women often principal earner, and they work in a household domestic help. And extreme poverty, per capita monthly earning of this is 100 rupee. Okay, so $3, that is what the per capita, and sometimes it's 1000 also. So these are the points, please note down, please note down. This is exactly talking about the how much population of there, the combination of the population diversity, and how this built from scratch. So how the nothing was existing there, it was a plain land, and these people came, and then they started from the building from the zero to, and finally they are taking shape of as a colony, as a resident colony, where medical facilities are there, schools are there, other facilities like electricity, water, and road construction in this way. And one thing also we can say that they are contributing in the economy also, because they are earning in the, it's a per capita income is also being talked here. So now this is table 5, governance, culture, and the claim to right. So what we will see: economic reality, internal governance, community culture, and goddess Sitala. This will be very significant when you are writing your answer. Please don't forget to mention this goddess Sitala. Here we will find that the rest of the community, rest of the community, culture, caste, and locality of all the residents of the Kolkata. Here you will find that this goddess is very significant, goddess Sitala. I'll come to this point. First, let's start from the here. So economic reality is over half of the families earn less than 2000 monthly, and the average per capita is 500 monthly. This highlight the community status as a marginalized below poverty line. This is what their status is that. So internal governments is welfare associations settle most disputes, including those between neighbors and marital partners. Basically, they are not going to police in anywhere. All the local issues are settled down inside the community only. Demonstrate the association's power as a primary through some have intrusive government authority operative outside formal state law. So they are not reaching to the police and court and other authorities for their dispute settlement. It is a internal community structure, internal community arrangement. Now, community culture is life sustained by the sports, TV, video viewing, and religious festivals. Now, they have television sets also. There are some sets which are placed in a shop, and people come and collectively watch. They share emotion. So, Shitala festival, the biggest festival featuring Anadi Vera Jatra performance, was an imitation of the middle class Durga Puja as a defined imitation, asserting the cultural visibility in community solidarity. See, this Sitala Mata, it is known as Sitala Mata, goddess Sitala. She generally looks after the health of the children, and this is known for the eradication of the smallpox. So, uh, in Rajasthan also, this goddess is being very popular, Sitala Mata, and this is the goddess which is being considered to be taking saving children from the smallpox, chickenpox, and so this is contrary. I mean, generally even in Bengal also you will find that goddess Durga is being worshipped all over, and Durga in a multiple form, Durga in a multiple uh, illustrations you will find, but here illustrates the evolution of the popular religious practices in a response to the specific need of the marginalized urban environment. So goddess Sitala is specific here because it is considered to be the welfare for the health of the children. Now, the People's Welfare Association is not an association of civil society. It springs from the collective violation of the of a property law, and defining political society. The state cannot legally recognize it, but the squatter, and it was a principal collective instrument to claim the habit and livelihood of a matter. So, this my battery is down actually. I have to see where is this. Yes, first I have to face battery. Otherwise, your recording will be destroyed. I will just forget. So let me just put it. Battery is down. Yes. Now, so we have battery. Now, refugees, landless people, daily wage laborers, and below the poverty line. Ground for claim, these are the demographic categories of the governmentality. Uh, the, the practical language used to define targets of the police and therefore the ground which they assert their political claim. So, again, the same points are there, but it is in a paragraph form. Low income groups, Sheikh honors, dispute resolution, then cultural life and religious festival. Major festivals is Goddess Sitala. Remember this. It will be distinct feature of your answer. And origin and history, modern role, initiation and defiances, and then nature of the association and its claim. So kindly have a screenshot and read it again. How this not civil society, state organizations, quarters position, the claim, petition language, ground for claim. So the caste combination, the refugee landless people, every day wage laborers, and below the poverty line, demographic categories are there. But primarily, if you see, what is the basic thing? The basic primary idea is they are united by the land ownership. They came and settled at one place, and now this geography, generally the association of the people and collective identity of the people start with. Sometimes it start with religion, sometimes it start with caste, sometimes it start with gender, sometimes it start. But here it is starting with the geography, that is the land. They came, they settled down at one place, and after that they they started having collective identity. That is what we have to understand in a demographic structure. So this is the next table, and we will have the next video. I'll just come to the next video. So now we wind up here. Kindly subscribe the channel. Please, I request all of you to subscribe the channel, because when you are not subscribing the channel, my viewers doesn't increase, and I don't get a reward for my hard work. So I request you to please subscribe the channel, and this motivates me, and I will be making a lot more videos for you guys. Thank you so much. Please visit the channel, share it, like it. Thank you so much.